There is a very long list of people who dislike R. Kelly, and an even longer list of artists who would never ever collaborate or associate with the now famous artist. Who doesn't love the song Ignition? However, all of this was tainted when it was discovered that he had a scary, violent, dark side. So, what happened? Stick around to find out all the reasons why rappers are really scared of R. Kelly. Interact with us. Subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below. Also, feel free to suggest any type of videos you would like to see on this channel. Thanks. R. Kelly's extensive criminal history. R. Kelly was once known for his catchy songs and amazing ability to sing. However, that has all been shadowed by his very extensive, disgusting criminal history that eventually landed the once iconic R&B singer into prison. So, what happened? Why are rappers really scared of R. Kelly? Let's unpack it. R&B artist R. Kelly has been accused of sexual abuse for more than 2 decades now. The stories dated back to his early career in the 1990s, with many of them focusing on his predatory pursuit of underage girls. In a New York court, he was found guilty of 8 charges of sex trafficking and 1 count of racketeering. Kelly is on trial in Chicago on allegations of child sex pictures and obstruction. He'll also be charged with sex abuse in Illinois and Minnesota, illegal marriage. In 1994, the musician, who was 27 at the time, married 15-year-old singer Aaliyah in a private ceremony in Chicago. Aaliyah had falsified her real age on the wedding certificate, listing herself as 18 years old, according to Vibe magazine. In February of 1995, the marriage was declared null and void. At Kelly's trial, a former tour manager testified that in 1994, he bribed a government employee to obtain a phony ID for Aaliyah so the singers could marry. Aaliyah, although asked about the nature of her relationship with R. Kelly on many occasions, never really gave anything away. After Aaliyah tragically passed away in 2001 due to a plane crash, Kelly rarely spoke about her. In his book, she is not included, with an author's note explaining that some occurrences could not be included for complicated reasons. It was speculated that the pair had a one-sided relationship where R. Kelly took advantage of this underage girl and manipulated her into a marriage of abuse. This is just speculation based on his behavior and actions that came out in later years, though. Sued by an intern. Tracy Sampson filed a lawsuit against R. Kelly, alleging that he induced her into an improper sexual act when she was just 17 years old. She was treated as his own sex object and cast aside. According to the lady, a former Epic Records intern, he tried to micromanage every part of my life, she recalled, including who I saw and where I went. According to the New York Post, the matter was resolved out of court for an unknown price. This was definitely not a good look for the musician. However, it seemed to go pretty unnoticed and didn't cause much of an uproar, seeing as his music continued to skyrocket. Inappropriate Acts. We must give a trigger warning before this one, as it involves details surrounding underage individuals and inappropriate sexual actions. Kelly was accused of having sex with and urinating on an underage girl in a video that surfaced on February 3, 2002. The story was supplied to the Chicago Sun-Times, which broke the story on February 8, 2002, after it was released by an unnamed source. Kelly was set to perform at the opening ceremony of the 2002 Winter Olympics when the news broke. In interviews, Kelly stated that he was not the man in the video. Kelly was charged, but the case took 6 years before it went to trial. During this time, Kelly's enormously successful Trapped in the Closet album was released, and he was nominated for an Image Award by the NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, prompting much criticism. Kelly was later found not guilty on all counts because the jury decided they couldn't show the girl on the tape was a minor. Regardless of the final decision, it was painfully clear that this was R. Kelly, or so many believed, and that there was a pattern of disturbing behavior going on surrounding him and underage women. I know what you're thinking. How could this get any worse? And unfortunately, it does. R. Kelly not only took advantage of underage women, but there were reports and great speculation that he was running a cult and potentially trafficking other human beings. I know this all sounds unbelievable if all you knew was R. Kelly's Ignition, but all of this is a true story. Stick around to find out R. Kelly's ultimate demise. R. Kelly was accused of trapping 6 women in a sex cult in a lengthy BuzzFeed story. Kelly allegedly lured young women when they came to him for help with their music careers, then took control of their life, controlling what they eat, how they dress, when they bathe, when they sleep, and how they engage in sexual interactions that he tapes, according to the story. According to the claim, the singer also took the women's cell phones, preventing them from communicating with friends and relatives. These accusations came from 3 sets of parents claiming Kelly had held their children in an abusive cult, according to Jim DeRogatis of BuzzFeed News on July 17, 2017. The charges are denied by Kelly and the claimed victims. In March of 2018, the BBC World Service aired a documentary titled R.Kelly, Sex, Girls, and Videotapes, which looked into the 2017 allegations and was hosted by reporter Ben Zand. In May, the BBC 3 documentary, R.Kelly, The Sex Scandal Continued, aired, which included interviews with the Savage daughter's parents. Additionally, a lady named Asante McGee, whom Kelly met in 2014 and took to live with him a few months later, alleged in January 2019 that she lived with not only Kelly alone, but also with other women. While I lived with him, he controlled every part of my life, she stated. McGee eventually moved out on her own. Following these allegations coming to light, the hashtag #MuteRKelly campaign pushed the singer's record label, RCA, to cut relations with him. Concert promoters, ticket sellers, and streaming services were also targeted, with Spotify, Apple Music, and Pandora all agreeing to remove Kelly's tracks from their playlists, a decision that was later reversed. As a response to his allegations, Kelly released a 19-minute-long I Admit on SoundCloud on July 23, 2018. Despite its title and chorus, which repeats the lyric, "I admit it, I did it," the song does not contain any criminal admissions. Kelly claims that allegations of domestic violence and pedophilia are matters of opinion in I Admit. Kelly also criticizes Jim DeRogatis and refutes his accusations that Kelly runs a sex cult in his investigation. If all of this wasn't an overload for ex-R.Kelly fans around the globe, in January of 2019, Lifetime began showing a 6-part documentary series about Kelly's alleged sexual abuse and misconduct. This documentary was much needed, so the masses could clearly understand the allegations against R.Kelly and his true character. In response, Kelly created a Facebook page 2 weeks later to try to undermine the accusers featured in the docuseries. His page was ultimately taken down by Facebook after it appeared to contain personal contact information for his accusers. Surviving R.Kelly, Part 2, The Reckoning, the 2nd season, began on January 2, 2020. This docuseries uncovered many truths about just how disturbing and disgusting his behavior has been and for how long. And there you have it. Everything you need to know about why rappers are really scared of R. Kelly and a backstory of all the horrific crimes he has committed. Thank you for watching.